Let's go. Game pertama.
Thank you so much, LaFell. Thank you for the panel. Once again, it's me, Nice Suit, joined here this time around with someone different. It's Mirko. Mirko, how we doing, man?
Hey, doing great, man. Again, like LaFell said, we're in for a long day. And it starts here, Mr. Nice Suit LaFell.
You gonna pull the red?
I'm gonna pull the red bar.
Hey, we're jumping to the game, ladies and gentlemen. A crucial match for all the teams right now to move on forward. The losers will have to bow out of MWI 2025 here. Once again, we get a preview of this matchup that we saw just a couple days ago where NAVI MY swept GG. We'll see if the fates can change here in game number 1 of this best of 3. Now, real quick, I would say, we have to look at the draft and... Shot chunked down a little bit, but like Fasha Bunny said, this is one of her favorite heroes to be picked, and it's actually played really well for a lot of the teams here.
Dude, I mean, look at the compositions. I really like the Hilda. The Hilda pick, the Khalid pick, amazing last picks from NAVI Malaysia. But as LaFell said as well, Gaimin Gladiator just really need a frontline, right? I think the Hylos fits in so well here. Just knowing the fact that NAVI, the way that they want to enter towards the backline or dive towards the backline is kind of very honest, right? Having someone like the Hylos to peel is great. Good cover. Then from the passive alone, Nicolette jumps in with the puncture and the Thorn Rose goes to Lethal Wanderer and actually secures it for the team as Ashley should be able to escape or to use a Revitalize. Redmond goes back in, finds first blood in enemy jungle. Nicolette unable to get a trade back, knows how tanky the Hilda is.
This is why you like the Hilda, This is why a lot of people like the Hilda, man. I mean, the damage... Okay, she's got the quicksand guard, she's gonna be fine. But that's the thing, you're kind of surprised, and I feel like we've seen this a couple times already for MWI, is that kind of burst, but then you get the concussive blast as we take a look at the emblems here too. There's a lot of concussive blast actually coming out from NAVI MY, man. Good tankiness that this lineup also provides, and that's something that Gaimin Gladiator is going to want to watch out for here.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is the fact that the Hilda is placed on roam. I feel like the Hilda is a better matchup up against the CC as the Khalid can constantly just get pressure in the mid lane. But they swapped it up, Khalid in the XP. It will give them a bit more pressure, especially Turtle 1, just with the Raging Sandstorm. Rina opening it up, so Yori in the bush, recalling. GG, just delay the turtle take.
Just gonna delay it out. That Revitalize is almost available from Ashley, so she might want to wait, but
great Raging Sandstorm. Arya able to go for the vengeance already. Pops into current call, locks him down. Shaw will be taken down. Panda with a rotation earlier here as Redmond gets melted down. Nicolette picks up the kill, and this should be a free neutral objective to Gaimin Gladiators.
Oh, the work that they just kind of put out there. I mean, Ashley she was quite low, and I would say if she didn't have the Revitalize, she didn't even need to use it. She didn't have the level 4, but a good opportunity to get that stun off and then lock down the right target, and that was Shaw. So an objective, a little bit of gold lead built up now to 4 Gaimin Gladiators to work through. And I think now when you see the Hylos, like Hylos in specific occasions, like you need that glorious pathway. You need to most likely have even the Revitalize and some of these skirmishes here. And this is also, I would say, for Ashley specifically, a very comfort pick. Like this is one of her picks for the roam.
Absolutely.
Oh, top.
Up top, maybe the gank over to Remen. Good Detonata. Phantom Execution to the back as well. Fafao able to cut away. Rita pops in the shield unity. Ashley instantly with a Revitalize to react to it. And a disengage from NAVI Malaysia. And Nice too. I gotta say, man, I gotta give props over to Midnight because I really like the CC pick as well. First pick, it's kind of risky, In a world where coaches get a lot of hate for random first picks, I love the CC pick right as he saw the Baksha.
The CC has been doing great so far. Actually, hold on. Okay, they're not going to commit to this, but that's the thing. I mean, you can actually be quite aggressive on a CC. You have, especially when you have an Vengeance available, especially in the sense of this lineup that NAVI MY went with here. So something they want to work with, but I would say I think even the Earthils right now are at the top, I would say, at least statistically. Earthil just tends to be quite a menace, especially later on in the game. So, whoa.
Assassination in the mid lane. Hani taken down. Nicolette finds the kill, instantly rotates back up top.
They're finding great pickoffs. Just with the fact that they have a Hylos here. You see that? You see Shaw, what Shaw just picked up?
Yeah.
Is that what we would expect?
I guess, personally, no. That's going to be the sundown. Remen, gun down Panda. Not giving the kills. Nicolette will be on a killing spree now. But yeah, I think it's an odd choice to go for. But I'm guessing it's because she's up against a CC. She's going to get shredded anyways, right, if she builds tanky.
So just go for it, I guess. Try to get that damage off if you can. There's going to be a trade here. So objective, second turtle, now in the hands of GG. Looking to take some more resources as well. So there was a response. They might at least get an objective for NAVI MY down at bot once Shaw is able to push in that turret. But I gotta say, man, they're trying their best to respond to what GG's thrown at them, and really it's just, they're kind of locked in, I would say. This is a very different GG than what we saw in their previous matchup against NAVI MY.
Yeah, it was a stomp the first time they met. NAVI MY dominated through, I would say, both games, right?
13
it was
minutes or something like that.
Very, very short games in the grand scheme of things, especially considering how good Gaimin Gladiators are now. 2,000 gold lead. And I really think it's because they finally found the solution to the problem, you know? Some of them were struggling without their comfort picks. Now, Phantom Execution, Nicolette knows that Sha has gone for damage, so wanted to pressure Arena, zoned away, and back to the point. Enabling your players with really good picks, with comfort picks. The Granger, we saw Panda do so well yesterday.
Yeah, this, I don't know if this is going to be a sense too. Maybe it's a little bit of the family buff that we got to see during the panel segment where, again, here for the support for Arya, but, you know, LaFell was right. A lot of people are going to have their eyes on this matchup specifically. Nicolette kind of styling right now too, very, very confident on this landslide. So another turret's going to fall. They got more space to work with. They're in good position to set up for this next turtle coming up too. Arya on the hunt, but won't catch Fafa. So this is the thing, man. When we look at NAVI MY, how do they stop this from getting it too out of hand? 3,000 gold isn't anything too crazy at this point. I would say even in the sense that with this lineup, they should still be relatively okay to contest, even later on with that first Lord when it does come up. But the biggest thing right now is just kind of not getting picked off. And I would say one of the biggest stuns that's happening here, or the biggest crowd controls that's being utilized is, again, this Hylos. Not only the stun that comes with it, but the Glorious Pathway. When that's dropped down, it's great initiation, but it's also good to peel for the entire team, whenever you think about it. So they get control around this. This is the last turtle. They've got control right now. We'll see if NAVI MY wants to fight.
Looks like they do. Shield unity to the back. Panda still able to go away. Raging Sandstorm not landing in the back. Nicolette able to win out that red tree battle. Now goes into the back as Fafao continues to push. And will be able to find one, but Panda gets two big stacks on the Sky Piercer.
That was an initiation that they thought the risk was worth it, but NAVI MY loses two. And then Panda picking up a couple kills, plus she gets the Malefic Roar now. So, you know, on this Granger, like we've seen, that scaling is going to be really good. We're going to look at the instant replay here. Yikes. This is, they go for the shot jumps in. Yeah, she goes in with a Raging Sandstorm, mind you, again, to set things up. But you see the Glorious Pathway. It's so good to just kind of cut off crucial points of the team fights. So again, good utilization of the toolkits here from GG.
That's why I mentioned early on, right? When we were talking about the drafts, Hilda Khalid, I'd say really good picks, but then the Hylos last pick really covered all of Gaimin Gladiators' weak spots. That's the ultimate from the... Oh, how did he take it down on the side there? Arya tying them up now as Nicolette jumps in with the puncture. Actually misses it out, but a Thorn Rose plus Sayori's damage will be enough as Panda once again stacks two more up on that Sky Piercer.
GG is out with vengeance, man. They're locked in. Everything is working out for them. And, you know, even under a turret, how do you play against that? So looking at the items, you're going to see there needs to be a lot of space covered here, especially for Fafao. She's very behind in terms of Panda. And like you said, those stacks are building up.
Arya got the orange buff, nice too. And this is, I would say, rare. We don't get to see this a lot, right? The fact that the Baksha is so far behind, but this is one of the biggest weaknesses for the Baksha. We've just seen Baksha terrorize early game and win out most early games. That's why we haven't seen this side of Baksha. But if you lose out in the early game, first few turtles, especially against a Lancelot, and your jungle starts getting invaded, this is the reality of the utility jungles. Panda gonna be caught by the finish from the curtain call. It's right there to punish with a Glorious Pathway. Man, tied up and slowed down. What do?
You don't do anything. You can't even fly away with the wings by wings from that. And as you mentioned, you know, the gap continues to build up. Sayori, take some hits. Oh, is Raymond gonna go for this? Okay. She saw the low health bar and she's like, I can go and get the power of nature off here, but still, the turret's gonna be worked on. Tier 2 in the mid lane will fall, and Lord is next on the objective list here as GG makes their way up. And NAVI MY is just struggling to find a moment. And like you mentioned, Mirko, a big part of that is Rina here. She's so behind. What can you do? You don't want to box it. You're not really, you have to almost, in a sense, rely on the team at this point. Baksha is most likely just a distraction, or you're going to just try to find a moment where you can take the shots and hope that Fafal can pop off. She picks up a Berserker's Fury right now. So maybe, and if Hani quits getting destroyed, because Hani's out of the picture, and you lose a Farsa this early on in the fight, that feathered airstrike damage is gone. So you miss a big piece of the puzzle of your damage profile.
Yeah. Misplaced strong picks, I would say, coming in from NAVI Malaysia. Again, I think for me, the biggest point of criticism would be the fact that they picked up the Hilda Khalid, but they made the Hilda roam. I thought the Khalid would have been, again, roam, as Hilda could still stand her ground up against the CC. But now, it's a big Lord in the mid lane. Answer with a feather airstrike, instantly canceled out. Nicolette in the back with a Thorn Rose. Oh, Winter Crown away from the Phantom Execution as Nicolette gets away. But it was only a diversion for the rest of the team to siege down below. Base turret down below, taken out. GG. Looking for more as they rotate up top. Dead Sonata's landing 2 onto Fafal, taking her to half HP as Panda continues to throw out these shots. Mid lane base turret next. Still
land it?
Big waves in the mid lane, but NAVI Malaysia, they'll hold on, but GG will get 3.
Gonna get 3, turret's gonna fall, it's exposed. Do they go for the fight?
Rina, shield unity, whoa! Walks up and instantly just gets bursted down by Panda. Going for the shots again, the curtain call as Arya locks her down. But Nicolette stays on the prize there, looking for the end, gets a kill before the rest of the team backs away. There was literally one HP on a cannon minion to ensure that they got the crystal.
What a game, what a statement. You can see the ladies here happy about that performance. They did it faster than they lost to NAVI MY earlier a couple of days ago. Just an amazing performance.